Hello. Welcome to episode 3. Now, we just killed Bull. We're going to be making our way up to Genichiro eventually, but we're going to do some shopping around town first. So we just got to run a few errands. So, this idol we can grab. It gives it to us automatically anyway. And we have one extra bead right now from killing Bull. And it turns out we can get 3 more to give ourselves another health upgrade. So we're going to go partway up the castle. If you just run along the left of this wall here, everyone will miss you, including the Woo guy. They're, the night jars, the things they hit you with don't do like a ton of damage anyway. You're fine if you take a hit or two. Up. Ash for later. There's a gourd seed here. And grab this. Now you can crouch, stealth up behind this guy here, and stab him. You can kill him multiple times if you want to farm either his money or like a little bit of experience and then go rest again. But I'm not going to bother. We're going to run to the right here. This is an Akko's if you want it. There's a hidden wall here. Here's 1 bead. And then there's 600 sen in this corner here. So that's helpful. And then this is kind of the intended way through the castle. You grapple up here. 2 gotchins. And then you drop down. So most people run to the left up the stairs here. But there's a mini-boss up there who's a bit harder, and we don't really need his bead right now. And we can get it for free kind of later. Or we can get it with sen later. A lot of people don't know you can skip that boss like in an intended way. But if you run straight through this wall here instead, past these night jars, and then come up into Ishin's tower. Ishin won't be here yet, but you can grapple right up to the boss from here. But we got some other stuff to do first. I'm going to drop down here. We're going to kill this Spear Hunter monk with this immediate stealth death blow because he drops 500 sen right there. Grab this. De-aggro. Then there's just a few more supplies we can get down here. More gotchin. And 100 sen. We gotta watch out for the cannon fire. Sit here and immediately rest to despawn the cannons. Make sure they don't hit us. And then we're going to run back this way. That guy's respawned, but it's fine. You can ignore him. If you run like straight, like kind of parallel with that guy, he won't hit you. The guy behind us hit us, but that doesn't matter. They don't do much damage. We have a lot of health at this point. Past all the monkeys. Guess we'll grab this for later. Doesn't really matter. We're gonna jump across. We'll grab an eel liver here. Just an item we can use later. It's not like super important, but we're right here, so might as well grab it. Just kill this guy. These guys can shoot you while you're jumping. But as you can see, these guys, like a lot of the gunmen kind of enemies, if you just like keep hitting them, they can't really do much about it. You could just shimmy across that ledge if you want to play safe. But I'm just going over here so the gunmen don't shoot me. We don't really care about anything else in this area. And now we can warp back to Ashina Castle, which is the name of the idol. And this time we're going to go to the left. We gotta backstab this guy. Because he's gonna drop a key for us. There we go, the gatehouse key. I recommend you kill this guy. He's another one of the guys that will alert everybody else. And he'll see you if you run past him to the gate. This way nobody will bother us. 500 sen. And this is the spear prosthetic, which will be useful on a few bosses later. Or really just one boss, I guess, but the 500 sen works for us anyway. And now we're gonna go left again immediately. But we don't need to kill the guy this time. And so this bell guy here can kind of follow you annoyingly. So, but if you wall kick around behind him like that, then you can backstab. And then the dogs will die in one shuriken, so easy enough to deal with them. Grab this idol for later. And then you see this guy here is offering to sell us a bead for 1400. So let us see. So we can sell 4 of these and 2 of these. And now we should have, yep, 4 prayer beads. And then we've got 3 experience points now. So I'm going to get Ichimonji, which we will use later, but mostly I just want this skill, Descending Carp, which is going to be a slight posture damage buff after we parry. If you want to like farm extra skill points and buy Ascending Carp now too, to help with the boss a little bit, that's not like a big deal, because we'll be grabbing this next anyway. So it won't like throw off your EXP route if you want to go farm it, but I'm not going to bother. And then we go from Old Grave. So I showed you the way you could run through from like inside the castle like intended. But I'll go ahead and so if you want to just go back and do that way, that's fine, but I'm going to do this other way because you can also just kind of climb up the outside. Do this jump. It's not difficult at all, but if you want to just run through the enemies again, that's fine as well. Let's see, this puts us right back in the same place. So we can climb up. And then here's Geni right here. So a couple things I'll say before we start. He has like a jump attack where he'll jump up into the air and then come down with a swing. If you stand in front of him and you parry his jump attack itself, then he'll do a certain follow-up. Now, in Phase 1, he will always do a thrust follow-up, which you can Makiri. In Phase 2, he will usually do a sweep instead, which you have to jump and kick him. But sometimes in Phase 2, if he is like backed into a corner, he'll do the thrust instead. And then in his last phase, in his lightning form, he has 3 potential things he'll do, and he'll like kind of alternate between them somewhat randomly. So if you want to avoid that whole situation, you can just like dodge to the side whenever he does the jump instead, which will prevent him from doing a follow-up. Oh, I'll try to call it out, and I'll try to show both like dodging it and like parrying it so that you get the free punish. And then the other thing I want to mention is he has like a really long combo that's a 7-hit that Not always, but it usually starts with him doing 2 and then like a very slow spin. And then it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For some reason, unless you're spaced like a very specific way and you like time it well, it's really, really hard to parry that combo consistently, even for people like us who've been running the game, playing the game for years. So if you've got enough posture, which you probably will a lot of the time, you can just tank it anyway. It's not like a big deal. But you can also just like back out of it, like just run away when you see it's coming, or like firecracker him to make him pick something else if you'd prefer as well. And then other than that, our main strategy for the fight is just going to be kind of walking like towards him the whole time and kind of trying to keep pressuring him. So it's going to be like hit, and then he parries, and then we parry whatever his counterattack is. Generally, that's a good thing with this boss. That is like kind of the quote-unquote secret to this boss, that this boss is meant to teach you. People struggle a lot with this if they try to play it slow and hit and run, because he doesn't let you hit his health a lot normally. But if you like actually keep pressuring him and moving towards him, that's like the best way to do it. There is a cheese. I'll show the cheese after. I think the cheese is kind of hard. Like, the cheese is actually maybe harder than learning to fight him normally, but it depends. Like, at the very least, it takes some specific muscle memory, and you still have to get through the last phase without cheese. So I'll show it just for the sake of showing it, but I don't really recommend it. But let's hop into the fight here. Gonna run towards him immediately. Lock on. This is the combo, by the way. So you can just back out. If you don't get too far away from him, he'll still finish it, and you can just hit him. If you do get too far away, then he'll fire an arrow at you, so be ready to block that at least. But that would be dodging the jump. Again. You can also firecracker him, like so. And see there, he tried to do his bow attack. That's what the thrust looks like. I'll try to let him do his bow combo. Again. He was doing the long combo. Okay, I thought he was going to do the bow attack, so I let him back up. So he should, yeah, sweep here, because it's phase 2. But yeah, see, if you get him backed into the corner like this, it's very easy to kind of pressure him. I'll just have to show another fight where he does the jump back bow combo, because I do want to make sure I show that. But I got him in the corner there, so he didn't do it. Like, you probably want to do that casually. Oh, so he's going to open with a specific thrust attack here. So I'm going to kind of wait and then Mikiri it like that. And so the big thing here is he's going to do these lightning attacks. You want to jump up right before they hit, take the hit, and then jump up and then hit the attack button to send the lightning back at him. You need to hit the attack button before you hit the ground again. But it does a lot of damage. And that double lightning instantly like that is actually like the best RNG in speedruns, so it's very funny that he gave that to me in the tutorial. And then I'm just going to do another fight. Well, I'll show the cheese next, and then I'll do like one more fight before we continue. And make sure I get him to do some of the attacks that he didn't show in that one. I'll try to do most of the boss fights in this multiple times. So normally in runs, when we do the early phase cheese, I'll use like a certain buff item that helps me space it, but I should be able to do it without doing that. So I'm like looking between... Like I just attack that candle twice. And then so this is the way we do it now, where you like... You're just doing your 5-hit combo. It's just like, this is harder than it looks, because I need to like turn into the wall for my first 4 hits. 2, 3, 4, and then back towards him on the 5th. Now you can also turn this way and alternate between blocking and attacking like this. I think this is a bit easier. But there's still like a specific rhythm you have to get to keep him stun locked here. So like I don't really recommend the cheeses. But if you want to try it, I recommend the block and unblock method. But even just getting him into the corner is kind of difficult, honestly, without some practice. And then you also have to learn the rhythm to do the actual, like, cheese hits and keep him locked in the corner. Double lightning, wow. Why can't you give me this in runs, Geni? We're gonna dodge to the side. Like, definitely in phase 3, it's probably easier to dodge to the side because he has so many more attacks that he can do out of it. We'll do one more intended fight, but there was a quick guide to the cheese. It's like, there's like a candlestick here, so you like attack the candle and then do another attack, and then you need to jump up here so that he goes under you, and then kind of push him. But the timing, even with the easier quote-unquote way, the timing takes some practice. So I'm going to try to not get him in the corner so that he can do some of his, like, backup, like, kind of bow attacks. I see I didn't get a parry on that last hit, but I have so much posture it, like, didn't matter. That's why I don't recommend that. I want him out of the corner. But for your purposes, like playing casually, like try to back him into the corner if you can. It's very good if you can back him into the corner. That tends to be how people beat him for the first time, is they get an attempt where they get him into the corner. And then can wail on him. Ah. If you're gonna jump back, please do the thing. I need to see it. I need to show the people, Geni. That's if you're too far. He'll do that bow attack. He keeps jumping back, but not doing the... the bow. I don't want to kill you, Geni. I just want to see your bow attack. Not that one. Yeah, so you can dodge through it like that if you're close. You can also do... The hit pattern is like 1, 2, 3, and then a slow fourth one. Yeah, this is what happens if you let him pick attacks. This is why you want to just follow him. There we go. So like 1, 2, 3, and then dodge forward. Because timing the last hit is harder. Because it's off tempo. Okay, last phase. Bop. Double lightning again, man. I'm gonna dodge that just for the... Oh yeah, I should say one more thing about Makiri. I could kill him anytime now, but... So, like, sweep attacks, obviously, you have to jump them. You can't, block them. I took that lightning because I didn't want to kill him. Because I wanted to show... He's gonna run out of health before I get to show what I want to show anyway, unfortunately. Oh, that would have been the chance, actually. Oh well. Well, let me try this. So if I let him get up, he should go into the long combo. Like that. Okay. You can dodge lightning like that. This'll show, but you can parry thrusts, was my point. You don't need to, you don't actually need to, you don't need to Makiri. If you don't have Makiri, you can dodge, like, to the side. You can't iframe through thrusts with your dodge, but you can dodge out of the way, or you can parry them. You just can't hold block, is what it means when it tells you that they're, like, unblockable. It literally just means you can't just hold the block button. Oh yeah, but that was our first death, I guess, on the video. So the first death is a little bit slower, but now we have the revive there in the corner. If we rest again here, you'll see we get 2 back. So by default, we're gonna have 2. I guess we did need to die at some point to show that. And some other interactions with it. This is as good a place as any. Oh, I will grab the other carp skill now. We don't really need anything else, but now we have to do this dialogue. There's no danger of failing this, so you don't have to pay too much attention to this if you don't want to, but you need to select the bottom option the first time. Talk to him yet again. Then we gotta go sniff the burner. Talk to him one more time. And he's gonna slowly walk over there. I'm gonna advance him forward here by resting. And now Ishin will be spawned in his tower. You do need to do all of that, by the way, for everything to work out. Otherwise, Ishin will not be here in his tower. And this is also why we needed to talk to Ishin before, when he was in the tower right after Gyobu. Otherwise, he wouldn't be here. So if you get here and there's a note left by Ishin instead of Ishin himself, then yeah, you either need to go back and talk to Kuro more, or you need to go finish his dialogue at the tower over there. But for Ishin, this is the last bit we need to do right now. We need to just go through this, and then about Immortal Severance. And then where can the Mortal Blade be found right under it. And now we can leave. And I'm going to head back up to the tower. I'm just going to get another story item that'll be for later, but might as well grab it now while we're here. Which is this gun fort key here. And then we will be on our way to Monkeys after. Yeah. So over to Senpo Temple when we get back. But it's been fun, guys. I hope you had fun too. Geni is hard. He's kind of the first roadblock a lot of people hit. But like I said, the thing that people need to learn from him is that you just keep walking forward, attack until they parry, and then parry. And you'll get much more consistent enemy behavior that way. And if you can force them into a corner, like, all the better most of the time. But yeah, that's going to do it for this episode. I will see you guys in the next one.